everyone. Thank you very much for watching or listening. Liam Hartree here today with another episode of the Presenting Champions podcast. And today I'm joined by a very, very special guest, Uku Jürjendal. Hopefully I'm saying that the right way, or at least close. I've been practicing. But this man, legendary heavyweight kickboxer representing Estonia, who is recently coming off an incredible win on October the 7th over Badr Hari at Glory 89. Badr suffered multiple knockdowns before falling to Uku. This is his breakout win, although he has some other fantastic fights in Glory. It was also a heavyweight Grand Prix eliminator, I believe. So there's some very, very exciting things yet to come for this man. And I just want to say, champ, what a pleasure it is to have you on the show today. And thank you for making time for this. And thank you for making time so soon after the win as well. It's only like a couple of weeks. So I appreciate that very much.
Thank you very much for inviting me, and hello everybody.
Excellent, excellent. So as I've mentioned, it's only been a couple of weeks since the fight, and if that, and the time's gone by quick. So how have you been celebrating? How have you been spending your time since defeating an all-time great like Badr Hari? How has it been for you?
Like always, after fight, I like to take off 1 week. It was easy week. I was just being with my family and chilling, and doesn't training at all. But now already from this week, I'm already starting my training schedule.
Absolutely. And we'll talk about the fight itself now in a moment. But before we do, just giving a mention to the future, can you share with us anything about who you're going to fight next or what's going to happen, or is it too soon to tell at the moment?
I qualified to the 8-man tournament, and this is just a lottery. I don't know who I fight first, but I know all these 8 heavyweights. They are the best in the world.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, that's who you want to be in there with, isn't it? The best. To be the best, you must fight the best. And on the subject of this topic, going back to the Badr fight itself, I'd like to go back to a moment to before the fight in terms of the preparations that you had, because obviously his fight with James McSweeney was cancelled at the last minute, and it was quite a quick turnaround for you. So, how much notice did you actually have for the fight with him, if that makes sense, please?
It was 2.5 weeks only.
Really?
It was a very short notice. But when I get the call from my manager, I didn't think at all, because this kind of opportunities, I think, can come only one time in life.
Absolutely. So you jumped at the chance, you didn't ask any questions, you just said, yes, I'll take it.
Yeah, yeah. I actually had some injuries from my last fight, because it was so little time before this the announcement, and I just took the fight, and everything went almost very well, almost very well.
Almost, okay. And I'll come back to that now in just a moment. On the build up to it, did you feel any pressure on you fighting such a big name, or was it more like excitement, or maybe that way, or did you feel any pressure on you before the fight?
All the pressure was before the fight. Um, the biggest pressure for sure. But during the fight, I didn't feel any pressure at all. Only before all these weigh-ins and all these days before fight, what I felt was totally different than usually.
Yeah, that makes sense. Absolutely. And this is something that people don't see, about the fight game is as well. They see the fight itself, but they don't see the mind, like what's going on in that way. So what were some of the ways you kept yourself focused, you kept yourself ready for it, if that makes sense, and you like pushed through the pressure to get the win, especially on the build-up, because it's something people don't see. They see the fight itself, but they don't see the behind the scenes, if you get what I mean with this.
I think I luckily got 2 days before fight. I got some flu, and I had a little temperature, and all my focus went to this. And I also hurt my nail before the fight. I lose my nail now. It's one day before the fight. uh, I just let my nail on the door, metal door, and it broke it. And when I started to training before the fight, when I wanted to hit some pads, it wasn't even possible. It hurts. It hurts like hell. And I think all these kind of things they help me to keep my focus on these things, because yeah, otherwise maybe I had think too much about this fight.
Absolutely, like a true champion. Then you were pushing through these other things, and the fight in itself. You said it went. You said just now it went almost very well, or something like that. When you look back on your performance now, can you share with us the things? Obviously, you're happy with, obviously winning, but in terms of your performance itself. But it sounds like from what you were saying, maybe there was one or two things you're not as happy with. Am I right in saying that?
I'm very happy with the fight. Everything went like I planned. I just know that when I can use my best weapon, my right hand, it can shake everybody. I was just waiting my time when I can do it, and after this, it was already piece of cake, I can say.
Okay, yeah, very very cool. And when you realized that you had won, because going back to the mindset side of things, and the fight was stopped. In that moment, what goes through your mind in a moment like that? Because again, watching the fight is one thing, obviously, but being in there and the moment the dream comes true, if you get what I mean, and you've actually won it. Can you describe what goes through your mind in a moment like that, please?
It was like biggest peace. I didn't feel any emotions at the moment, like only peace. It's done now. You cannot reverse it. This is like very big milestone for me. If I gonna die tomorrow, then you cannot take it away from me. And that feeling that gave me so much that I couldn't share too much. I didn't feel any a lot of emotions, but the peace is that word.
Absolutely. That's an amazing description of that, to be honest. And in terms of the response that you've received, I know I was asking you just now about what you've been doing since the fight, but in terms of like the feedback you've been getting from people in your country, people all over the world, even from your own family, maybe, if they watched the fight, or just like the feedback you've been getting, because this was a fight that was seen around the world. How are you responding to the amount of recognition and respect that you're getting now from this?
I'm very happy. I'm very happy, but in my mm, I was seeing the same thing what is going on at the moment, that I'm going to the top. I was seeing it years ago, when anybody can see it, even my family, my closest ones. It was only here, and now I just made it real, and it feels very good. Accomplishment for me, big accomplishment.
Absolutely. Yeah, amazing accomplishment to remember for the rest of your life, and something to be very proud of. Is in, as you say, no one can take it away. It's part of history now. And that must be an amazing feeling.
Yeah,
Um,
but it doesn't mean that this is the end of the journey, but it's just so important milestone for me. I can go even higher and higher from here.
Yes, very much, very much. Well, this is another topic as well, because even though we were talking about the tournament format and everything just now, in your future, obviously that's next. And I imagine at the moment you're very focused on that. But if we go a little bit further forward in time, can you share with us your dreams and goals for maybe a little bit longer, maybe the next couple of years or something along these lines, because in my mind it connects with what you just said about believing that you would get to this level from years and years ago. Now I can understand you have goals going years from here, if that makes sense, and it would be good to hear a bit about those as well, please.
I have this kind of dream. My biggest dream is not only to be first, like one time, only a little time to be first. This is not for me only achievement what I want to do. My biggest dream is to knock out everybody. My biggest dream is to make highlight when I'm finished my career, and when I make highlight, I can put 40, at least 40 beautiful KOs one by one. And this, for me, this is most important. Just to beat somebody with points or something, that's not for me. Never been. And that's not what I'm dreaming of. I'm dreaming of highlight.
Oh, yeah, okay, very cool. Well, I think you're on track to getting that, because there's already been some incredible knockouts that you've had so far. Um, While we're on the subject of that, when you look back on your career so far, what do you regard to be your best knockout then, your favorite one, or maybe there's more than one, maybe a couple of your favorite ones?
With Badr Hari, it was technical knockout, but it was beautiful. It went beautifully, exactly like I dreamed. And but I of course have some even more interesting to watch knockouts, but they are like couple years ago when I did them. You never know, I always want to finish my fight with knockout, but you never know how it ends. And but I'm happy with some knockouts what are a couple years ago.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, I'm sure with yourself, the best is yet to come, in many ways, because what you said just now with the Badr fight, obviously that's being, it's got you so well known and it's got you so recognized. But you said it's not the end. It's true. It's in many ways it's the beginning, for in a lot. I know you've been fighting a long time, but it's the beginning in terms of the breakout for the world. So I also wanted to ask about that. How tough was the fight itself compared to your other fights in terms of like these things like how hard he hit or how tough he actually was? What I mean by this, I obviously got a lot of respect for Badir, but at the same time, with the hype around his name, when you actually got in there, you just dominated it. So was it not that tough compared to certain other ones?
Mm, I just think that I found myself in the ring,
Mm,
and this time, like I really found myself. I know how to act, what is very me like, and it wasn't hard in the ring, I can say. But of course, he's hitting like a bull. He made me couple of middle kicks, and I felt the liver shot. Even when my hand was here, I felt it. He's very strong, and I knew that when I'm trading punches with him, it's gonna be 50-50. It can be 50-50. There's there have to be luck also, and the luck was with me this time.
absolutely, absolutely. And one other thing about this to address, and then we'll move on into a few other things. But obviously, some people say with Badia that he doesn't have the same fire inside of him as what he used to have because he's lost a few fights. Now, personally, when I look at it, to me, he still looks hungry and he still looks as dangerous as ever. But I feel it's only fair for everybody to address both sides of this topic. So, in terms of some people who criticize that, um, that he's had recent losses as well as you. What do you say to that, to people who say that out there?
I can say like that. All the losses before me, he was dominating all the opponents. He knocked down twice Rico Verhoeven. He was dominating all these fighters. After what, he got injured or KO'd. But it wasn't a thing with me. And I still feel he is very, very strong, very, very dangerous. He have crazy power, punching power. And but it is heavyweight. If you get hit, you are not the same anymore. It's always in heavyweight. You can say whatever. If luck was with Badr, all his last losses, he could win. Nobody talk the same like they are talking at the moment. He just wasn't lucky in these fights, and this is fight sport. This is especially in heavyweight. You don't need very much. If you can get one hard shot, that's over. You cannot recover it after 10 seconds. You cannot recover until the fight. That's not possible. People cannot understand that there is serious power between this behind these punches.
Yeah. Well, it makes sense. I mean, as I've said, personally, for what it's worth, I still think he has that dangerous quality. Yes, the power, the punches, but more than this, more than physically, I think he still has that aggression, the fire in him to charge forward, and I don't think he's lost that. I mean, every
No,
fighter
I
has
don't
it.
think also. I don't think also.
Yeah, yeah. But it's good to mention it, for anybody who says that. Now, in terms of a few other things behind the scenes as well, I'd like to talk to you a little bit about your training regime and some of the things you do day to day to stay at the top of your game, stay very sharp and everything. Now, obviously, with this, we don't want to give away anything people can use, but I would like to talk about it mainly for inspiring fighters who are starting out in the game, because even though you're developing and the best is yet to come, you reach this dizzy height of beating Badr, and it's very inspiring for the young ones getting going, if you know what I mean. So mainly for them, can you share a little bit about what you do day to day in terms of training and maybe a couple of tips for people starting out in the fight game as amateurs or just turning professional, things like that, please?
This is my full-time job. Like I just think only about this. I'm training usually 2 times a day, 6 days a week, in the morning and in the evening. And the main thing is I always think what I can do more to have a progress. I always think what is this small step what I can do. I can do not every day, but I can do every hour something. It can be mental part, and it can be something what I have to strengthen now. There is so much. All picture is very big. What you can always do more. If you are doing this like only like a part-time job, like amateurs, you are doing your training. You think this is done now I'm okay, but you cannot stop thinking about this. You need to think always what you can do more, mentally, physically, whatever. Watch fights, everything. You always have to keep it going, and only like this you need to see progress in every hour, not in like maybe after some months I can be something, but the small steps, only these are very important. That's my opinion. This is my training schedule, but I also like cold water. I do every day ice water baths. Also, this is similar to go to the ring, because always when you go to the ring you feel similar feeling that some part of me saying you don't need this, you don't want this, you don't need this, but you need to win yourself. And when I do gold water tips, this is like 5 minutes every day. Every day is the same. It's very hard, always very hard. But when I'm done it, then I feel that I won myself. And the biggest key is to win yourself every day, in every moment. I think this is the key.
Yes, it makes a lot of sense. It's very powerful advice, you know. What you said there, using every part of your time, you know, even when you're resting, you can be learning something and constantly absorbing things. But yes, you know, win yourself or pushing through that, like that pain barrier or those things your mind puts up that you have to push through. It's very good advice. I like that.
But I need to say,
Yeah.
I'm 34 now. I'm not 24 anymore. And when I was younger, then I was always doing too much, like physically. It's very important to listen your body. Your mind can lie you, but your body usually don't lie you. If it hurts, you need to do something different or giving a little bit rest. Because at the moment, in my age, this is at the moment most important, to listen your body and be healthy.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you have to be like in tune with yourself and what your body is saying to yourself. Yeah, I understand because the pain is obviously the signal that something needs to change. You know, so it makes sense. And another thing with this as well, with the mental side of it, when you're coming up on a fight, do you use any of these techniques like the visualizing or these type of things? Obviously, you study your opponent. You sort of mentioned that, but in terms of any other things that you use, because I talk to a lot of people, and some people say they visualize a fight and they, you know, imagine how they're going to win. Other people say different things. You know, they push it out of their mind altogether and they just focus on training day to day. So it's different for different people. But I know we touched on this earlier with the pressure. But just to go a little bit deeper into, you know, your mental preparation to go to war, because you have to be very mentally strong and as well as physically. And it connects with what you said there about you have to win yourself, you know, every day is you have to push through it. So can you share with us a little bit more about how you do that, especially on the build up to the fight, you know, when it's getting close, like maybe the week or a couple of weeks from it, something like this, please.
Yes, for me, when I got the news that I fight with Badr, first day I was saying to me in the morning, I say, Uku won Badr. And I didn't believe it. Whoa, what are you saying? It was a internal speak, starts to speak that, what are you saying? But I did it every day, a lot of times. I always keep telling it to me. And I got used to it. It suddenly it was normal. I can do it. And more and more and more. And the main thing what I think is about visualizing and all this mental stuff. Um, it's not only what are you thinking. Thinking is not that important. More important is what you feel. First you think, you can think everything, but you need to feel it. This is unconscious mind. If you get all the things what you're thinking, you put these things into the unconscious mind, then it works. And that I'm 100% sure.
Yes, yes, it does. The unconscious mind is a very powerful resource. You know, I've personally studied this a lot, and it's amazing what you can do with that. But yes, as you say, it's the emotions. You know, because that part of the brain is feeling everything. It's not like the logic. You know, it's feeling the, and you have to feel like you already have that thing. And again, you know, when I speak to a lot of champions, one of the key things they seem to say over and over is that they feel like they already won it, you know, even before the fight has happened, you know, they feel like it's already come true, you know, and I hear that from what you're saying. It's very cool, the science of it, you know, and it's very good as well for people, not just for fighters now, but people doing any dream, you know, if you're doing something with business, if you're doing something with education, if you're doing something in another sport altogether, this type of stuff is still, it still works for everything, you know, is Amazing, absolutely amazing. So, changing the subject a moment as well. I meant to ask you earlier, but representing your country on the world stage and getting a big win like this, or fighting for your country in general, I think it's important to mention what that means to you as well, and how that is important to you. I think it deserves a mention as well, you know?
Yeah, yeah. I'm very happy that I can represent Estonia. I'm very happy that a small country like Estonia can bring some serious power in the heavyweight kickboxing. I'm happy about this, and I hope and I believe even that it helps our young ones who seeing me in the top and they want also to do something, and it means me a lot.
Yeah. Well, exactly. That's what I was thinking of, basically. Is you know what they say, what one person can do, another person can do, and what I mean with this is, yes, people see you up here and they think, okay, maybe I could do something. Whether it's fighting or whether it's something else, it doesn't matter. But it's more than what they have right now. They can like expand to more things. I think
Exactly.
you show people that very much, and to be honest with you, I think when you fight, you in that way, you like representing those people, if that makes sense, or like you're showing them what's possible, what they can do. It's a very, very important thing because it's not just winning for you; it's like winning for many people. It's my view of it. Good. So we've talked about a lot of things. The only other couple of things we need to mention is people you'd like to thank as well, just so I don't forget about this. So obviously we've been focused on yourself personally, but the people who have contributed to your journey in one way or another. So obviously your coaches and trainers and everything, but I don't know if there's people who sponsor you or just people who are supportive, basically. It doesn't really matter in what way, but just to people who give something important to you that you would like to mention, please.
Um, I have approximately 50% in my Facebook Messenger group who have been sponsoring me or supporting me in some or another way, and I can say all of them are very very important in all my journey, and everyone have give little piece, and it's all together. It's like a whole, and yeah, I'm very thankful to all my sponsors and all my coaches, my brother, my family, who have been supporting me and who have been believing me. That's nice. It doesn't mean that if they don't believe me, that then I don't believe in me. I'm this kind of person. I even start to believe in me even more when people around me are kind of stop believing in me, because I have had hard times also when I was injured almost 2 years with my knee, and this kind of times are very very important when you need to believe in you. Only you need to believe in you, because others they want good for me, and they are starting to speak, maybe it's enough already, you are already 30 years old or more, maybe, but you need to feel in believe in yourself, even in this kind of moments, and this is the part. But of course, um, I think very important thing is I believe in myself, and I have very big ambitions, and people are seeing this, and they want to be part of it. And now when I achieve something, then all this team, all these people, they are feeling the same, that they have been achieving something, and this is very powerful feeling. We are all together in this boat, and this is like great milestone for us.
Absolutely. Yeah, I like that. Well, it's great to give them a mention and everything, but the lesson that you shared there, believing in yourself and everything, and um, how to keep your mind like and your belief like bulletproof, from these things. Very important as well. So last couple of things, and then we'll wrap this up. Need to give a mention to Glory Kickboxing themselves, obviously, for giving you the fights and everything like that. Can you just share with us a few words about what it is like to work with them and the opportunities they've given you, and just anything you would like to say about that as well, please?
Uh, I think Glory Kickboxing is at the moment the biggest one, the biggest organization for kickboxers, and I'm very very thankful them for the all the opportunities what they gave me, because I need to mention that when I made a debut fight in Glory, my first fight, before this I had like 5 straight wins, 3 of them with knockouts. I felt great, and then I went to my debut in Glory, and I got food poisoning 2 days before fight, and I didn't want to pull out the fight, but I didn't eat anything like 2 days. I was only throwing up. I even cannot drink water properly, and but I believed in myself that I can knock him out like very fast, but it doesn't work this time for me. And after 30 seconds, I was like dead. I was very, very, very tired. And uh, this is it was very, very big lesson for me that you cannot go to the ring with this kind of condition. But I went, and Glory gave me another chance. And I used this another chance, and I knocked my second opponent out, and so on.
Hello, I don't know, it just dropped off from here, so I've got it back on my phone now because the laptop is not letting me join. So
And
I'm sorry.
sound is much better now.
Okay, okay. Well, just out of interest, we'll resume this now, but I've recently moved as I'm from the UK, I'm from Wales, but I've moved to Cyprus, you see. And I'm over here now. I don't know if you can see, but this is
Nice.
and everything I've got with the laptop and everything is temporary because all of my main stuff is on the ship, coming over to here. So it's probably something with that. So my apologies for this,
No
but
problem.
at the point we were talking, you were saying about the food poisoning, and you were saying about you believed you could knock this guy out, and it sounds like it didn't go to plan. So if we carry on from there, what I'll do is I'll cut this and just edit it together, and it will be fine.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, yeah. The debut fight in Glory, yeah, I got food poisoning. I went to fight. I knew that I have maximum 30 second only power. I don't have more, and I did my best to knock him out. But after this, I was like, okay, now I'm in the wrong time, wrong place, because I didn't have any energy in my body, and this guy couldn't knock me out. I was very very easy opponent for him this moment, but he won me with points because he was hard worker. He was doing a lot of punches. I didn't felt any of them, but he just threw a lot more punches, and he got the point win. But after this, I was very 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 happy that Glory gave me another chance, because it was my problem that I didn't tell anybody that I have some food poisoning or I have some health problems. The doctor asked me how you feel. I said, "Oh, I'm okay," but I wasn't okay. But and I'm very happy of Glory that they gave me another chance, and I used this chance. I knocked out my second opponent, and I knocked out my third opponent, and now good fight with Badr. And yeah, life is like this. You sometimes you need another chance and you need to use it.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's a great life lesson there as well, because it shows people that it's not always like the glamour and, the everything going well. Sometimes bouncing back from a defeat, is very important as well. And true champions do that in fighting, but also in life, and that's a very important lesson that you've shared there as well. I'm glad we've mentioned that. And I was also going to ask you as well, as pretty much the last thing, how people can reach out to you, because even though you're at this high level, obviously you're a very humble person, you're a very open person as well, like how I contacted you. Hey, can we do an interview? Yes, we can, and everything like this. So if people do want to reach out to you to ask questions or find out about things, what is the best way they can do that if they're connecting to you for the first time and everything?
I think through Instagram. I always respond to people who wrote me to Instagram.
Excellent. Yeah. That's good, because it's nice to see somebody at such a high level like that, who has the time of day, as they say, for everybody, give everybody the time to answer them and things. It's good, it's a good,
That's important. That's very important, I think.
yes. Yes, I think so as well. And it's good that you do that. Um, we've talked about some good topics today, so I'm very happy, because basically my aim for this was the two things, right? One is the fun stories from your fights and everything, and the second one is the inspiration, the motivation and the lessons you've learned. And I think we've covered both of those things very, very much, so as I said at the beginning, thank you so much for making time for this so soon after the Badr win, and thank you for making the time for this around your training and everything. I appreciate your time, and honestly, it's exceeded my expectations. I knew it would be a good interview, but it's better again than what I thought. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much also.
Thank you. All right. I'm just going to take a quick screenshot of us, just so I can post it, and then I'll let you go to enjoy your evening. Okay. That's me. There we are. Just so I can post it and say interview coming soon. And yes, I'll release this. I'll tag you when it goes out there as well. And I look forward to seeing your future fights, champ. I'll be cheering for you 100%.
Thank you very much. Okay, bye.
Thank you. Bye now. Take care. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe to the Simply Inspired YouTube channel, and there'll be more videos coming soon.